What's up, Mike?
Uh,
Nope.
just
Mike is.
testing my code, because that's the story of my life. I'm like, oh, Claude, you just gave me a gift to my phone. I shall play with it for a minute and see if it works. What's up with you?
Nothing much, man. So, just because we had to start with your audio stuff last week, we'll start with my audio stuff this week. I promise for the people who don't care about audio, it'll be quick. So, I'm using the H5 Studio because I shipped stuff for NFB, like the Blast and a few other devices that I had for demo. Basically, I shipped all my demo stuff to Austin, right? So it should be there tomorrow when I get there. However, one of the things that I shipped that I was supposed to keep was the P4 Next. Now, I knew I had the H5 Studio because I'm supposed to bring that for demo too. And I was like, I'll just throw that in the bag. And I wasn't thinking this all the way through, which means I was thinking about recording today, but I wasn't thinking about how are you going to record, right?
Yeah.
So, one, the H5 Studio wasn't even set up. So I had to quickly set that up. And I
it's
plugged the
still
mic in.
like brand new.
I had reset it because I was going to do a demo or walk it through to do the setup. And I just never got to it because I moved all the stuff out of the place over here. So that ain't happened. So I set this up. Very quick process. Like it literally took me maybe 2 minutes to set it up. The longest process was trying to catch the time when it changed on the minute so I could set the minute, as close to zero as I could, the seconds as close to zero as I could. So I go through, I set up the audio interface mode, do all of that stuff, plug my mic in, I got phantom power on, all of that. I connect to Zoom, and I notice instantly as I connect to the computer first that I can't hear me in the headphones. So I'm like, I got to fix this. Well, let me go ahead and hop in Zoom so Mike knows I'm here, and then I'll figure out what the audio issue is. For people not familiar with the H5 Studio, there are 4 gain knobs on this device. There are 2 at the top, and then there's a big screen in the middle, and then there's 2 below the screen. Now, the top 2 knobs, stupid me not really thinking, but the top 2 knobs control the microphone or whatever you have attached to the Capsule 3.0 system, whether it's the XY mics or the shotgun or whatever, right? And you can link those together. You can have them separate. So you can have one XY mic, louder than the other or something. The bottom 2 gain knobs control your XLR inputs. I'm over here twisting the top gain knob like, why don't I hear me? What is going on? Maybe I plugged it in. Maybe I think this is 1, but it's actually 2. Let me turn on phantom power for 2. No, that still doesn't work. What is going on? I'm confused. And then finally I'm like, oh, duh, dummy. Turn that knob. And Mike's like, yeah, I hear you. I was like, yeah.
Now we know why I heard you.
Yeah, because I actually turned the right knob to turn the audio up.
Yeah, generally that helps.
This is honestly probably, I'm not going to say probably, this is hands down my favorite portable recorder.
Interesting.
All right, there are reasons to like the P4 Next, and there are some benefits to the P4 Next. I mean, you got 4 inputs. You got 4 headphone outputs. So like if we do a show at ACB, for example, like it's me and you, like we both can just use that to just record. We don't even have to use a computer. Like we could just record directly on the device and then copy the files over to a computer. But we could do that thing, right? And you'll hear yourself, I'll hear myself, yada, yada. Nice features to that device. Also, there's a mute button. There's mute buttons for each channel. So that is a gain there. There are reasons to like the H4. There are reasons that I don't personally care for the H4 myself, but it's mostly because I can't take those XYs off the top. I do like the H5 and the H6 models for that purpose, because if you're not using the XYs, you can take them off and they pack better. You don't have to worry about breaking, potentially damaging your microphone. The H6 or the H6 Studio, I feel like are very nice devices. I feel they're very purpose-built. If you need 4 or more inputs on a regular basis than the H6 or the H6 Studio, and honestly, I would pick the H6 Studio over the H6 just because you have those independent gain knobs. I like being able to manually, physically control my gain. I don't like things where it's like digital gain or you got to go in and like adjust a slider or something. I hate that. But we've established that I'm also a very old man. People should understand this.
So are you taking that studio with you?
Yeah, I got to take it as a demo anyway. Because it is, I mean, I bought this, but it is what I use for a demo unit. And I think I may be the only person that has one out of a box. So it was going, but it was also packed up in a carry case that had the H5 Studio. It has the XY mics in there, which I need to remember to grab. It has the shotgun mic attachment I bought what seems like years ago when the H6 first came out. Because, you know, I've been through a whole journey with Zoom. Like, Zoom really should sponsor us or something is what I'm saying. And not Zoom that we're using. That sucks. But Zoom, the audio company, which Zoom, the meeting platform, is trying to become. But Zoom should sponsor us or something, man. Like, I bought just about all of the devices at this point. So see, I bought an H1. We all bought H1s when they came out.
Yep.
I bought an H6. You somehow acquired an H6 because I don't feel like you bought this.
No.
And I like the H6 because it had 4 XLR inputs, you know, by default. And there's the promise, and they did finally ship the capsule where you can add 2 additional XLR ports, which is cool. So it gives you a total of 6, which I feel is kind of amazing if you need that on a regular basis. But it is very big. It's a very big device. The H6 and the H6 Studio are very big devices. And generally, if I'm out and I need a recorder or I need an audio interface, I don't need 6 inputs because I don't talk to, I don't know people. I don't know these people. I don't need to sit down and record on my microphones. And then I bought the H5 Studio. The H5 looks very much like the H4, slightly bigger, and the microphones are removable, the XY. So I like that for that purpose. But it's nice, compact interface, and if you turn the right gain knobs, people hear you.
Generally helps.
Generally helps. So you mentioned that you're testing your code while you were waiting on me to fix my audio stuff. But you did something interesting while you were away over the weekend. And I have yet to do this. I've heard other people talk about it here and there, but you were using Claude and you pushed a ton of TestFlight updates. I think you pushed like 10 updates over the time that you were in Vegas.
Yep. Well, technically it was 8 because we were getting into a groove and I had 2 like wasted builds because I have a script right now that increments the build number for me once a cache chapter is generated and then pushes to TestFlight. And we had a couple of issues, so we burnt through 2. So it was actually 8 builds, I think, that I ended up really pushing. But yeah, so I am using remote control with Claude. Quick side note, Fable's back. Have you been using it? Because it keeps kicking me off Fables. I go, no, I ain't going to write this code for you.
Nope, I have not even tried Fable because it is half of your usage or something. Like, it's some weird way they got the billing set up until a certain day. Like, it's going to use way more of your usage.
Yeah.
For the
I think
week.
it's 2 times the amount of usage that Opus 4.8 would use. Or 4.8.
So it's going to use twice as much as Opus 4.8 would use for your weekly allotment of time if you work for whatever plan you're on. And that's only going to be a temporary thing. I think, I forget the date, but after a certain date, I thought it was the 7th, but I was like, that seems too early.
The 7th.
But starting on the 7th, you're just going to have to buy credits if you want to use Fable.
Which, we'll see how much credits are. I don't know how much credits are going to be.
Okay, think about it this way. You're using twice as much as what 4.8 would cost you right now.
Yeah.
So they're probably going to be very expensive. You're probably going to be looking at like $20 per,
prompt.
per 1,000 tokens or something, or per million tokens. Like, it's going to be stupid expensive. Like, you're not going to want to use it.
It is going to be stupid expensive. I have been all in on Opus 4.8, although Sonnet 5
Have you tried Sonnet 5, though?
Yeah, I've been using that since I got back, and Sonnet 5 is pretty darn good. I'm actually using Sonnet 5 to generate the prompts for Opus 4.8.
So, okay, that makes sense.
Yeah.
That is a tip we shared a while back that I think bears worth repeating for people. So what Mike is saying is like, so Sonnet is kind of tends to be Claude's kind of middle of the road model, kind of general everyday stuff. Haiku tends to be their very quick answer thing. So it's
I've never used it.
I don't think I have purposely used it either. I may have been on Haiku like when I first signed up for a Claude account back when their web interface really, really was terrible, and it's the reason I stopped using it. And then Opus tends to be their higher, more capable model. It's the one that most people are using for coding. It's what you do for, deep research. If you're building things, a lot of things you're going to use Opus for. Sonnet also tends to be, definitely is a cheaper model than Opus is. But and this is a tip, like I said, that we shared a while ago, but one useful thing, if you're planning on using a bigger model for something, let's say you're trying to build an application or you're wanting to write code of some sort to do something, or even if it's just a research project, you want Claude to do some deep research, and this works with GPT as well. But use a cheaper model to help you craft the prompt that you're going to feed the more expensive model. And by the time you've gone back and forth, depending on, what you're trying to accomplish and gotten that prompt out, you copy it, then you go start a new chat, or you go to Claude Code or whatever you're doing, switch to the appropriate model that you want to use, and then paste that prompt in. And your prompt is going to be very, very well crafted and minimal. Like, that's the other thing, because you can tell, Sonnet or GPT 5.3 or whatever you're using, hey, I want, doing this, and I also want this prompt to be as concise as possible, which lowers your token usage going in, which can help, especially if you're trying to use Fable. Although from what I hear, you're like, yeah, I want to write some code that connects to the API for Postmark. It's like, nope, can't do it. That could be a security problem. We're kicking you down to 4.8.
Yeah.
They have really nerfed the hell out of Fable.
Well, that's what happens when you take it away.
Government.
That's why we can't have nice things. Anyways.
We were talking about your Claude.
My Claude?
So I thought about it when I said Claude. So quick sidetrack for a second, and we'll come back to your Claude. I listen to Windows Weekly occasionally, and Paul is using Claude. And he's not saying Claude, but he's also not saying Claude. Like, it's kind of a in between those two things, and I can't quite get it because he's got he's still sort of got that Massachusetts accent very low. It isn't very pronounced, but it's still there. So like his pronunciation is something I can't accomplish because I'm not from that area of the country. But it's not Claude and it's not Claude. I can't really say how he says it, but it's very funny. It's funny every time he says it. I keep waiting on somebody to try to correct it, but nobody does.
Right.
But anyhow, we were talking about your Claude remote usage while you were in Vegas. And I just want to point out to people, something I said to Mike. You're the only person I know that will be in Vegas and push like 10 TestFlight updates.
And you probably just got a notification saying that your internet is unstable.
No, I didn't.
Oh, cut out at Vegas.
Wait,
but
it'll come in a minute and tell me, oh, your internet is unstable.
Yeah, now that we're talking. Yeah, I think, first of all, I don't know that's a fair game because most people aren't sending a chat message, setting their phone down, and walking away to go do things, and then coming back and picking up their phone or putting their phone in their pocket. I will say Claude did become a conversation point of our trip to Vegas, though, because so let's start from Saturday. Saturday morning, I opened Terminal and I opened the Earshot repo and I opened Claude space -- remote - control and I hit enter. What this did is popped up a notification on my iPhone, and my watch got it, and it gave me a URL that I could go to. So I left the MacBook Pro on with that window open and walked away. I then jumped into the Claude app on my iPhone, tapped the menu in the top left corner, tapped code, and then there was Michael Babcock's MacBook Pro with a weird, just randomly generated name next to it, which was the name of the session, and it told me how long it had been connected. So I then double tapped on that. That put me in an edit field, and I told Claude abbreviated because, again, I used Claude to help create this prompt, but I said, I'm leaving home, but I'm using remote control. You have my permission to do what you need to do to accomplish the task that I ask of you. You have the keys to all of the resources available on this machine, and I'm going to send you tasks. You need to search the repo to make sure that issues don't already exist. If they do, create work through those issues with the comments. If they do not, create issues, and when we're done with each issue, before we start working on an issue, we need to branch to give that issue its own branch, and then we need to create a PR and merge back into the Swift branch, which is the branch that I'm working from right now. So that was pretty much my prompt. And I jumped in the car and, in the truck, and we drove off, and I was sending messages to Claude, telling it what I needed to do. I would take some bug reports that I was getting from people and copy and paste them and drop them into Claude and say, fix these up, get these positioned to where we can work on them. And I just worked that all the way through. The only time I ran into an issue is when I told Claude, hey, can you text Benjamin and let him know that... Oh, hold on. I got to find the message. I'll read it to you in a moment as I pulled up. But hey, can you text Benjamin and ask him to come check on my computer or something? I forget what exactly I told him, but I'll tell you in a moment. And Claude worked on it for a couple of moments, and then it realized that it didn't have macOS permissions. It was going to do it. It was going to send him a message, and it didn't have macOS permissions. And I think it would, but now I think it has permission because Ben accidentally gave it permission when I was walking him through something. But it said, hey, Ben, this is Michael's Claude. He's traveling and gave me the keys. Could you make sure his computer stays plugged in? I really don't want to die. Claude came up with that message because I told Claude, I'm like, can you text Ben and let him know that you have access to everything and you don't want to die? So I did give it that, but just having Claude message that, and I really don't want to die, was kind of comical. But no, it was fun. When I felt like the context window was too full, I would type /clear, and then I would paste in the prompt that I saved in drafts, which reset the context window, so it could work. I'm still not quite sure what it did. I'm going to be fully transparent with you on that one. Still not quite sure what it did. But when you're signing apps to be deployed to TestFlight, you get a notification on the computer that asks you to enter the password and allow that signing. Well, I wasn't there to sign it. And Claude's like, it's waiting for you to accept or to authorize this. And I'm like, well, I told you I'm not there. And it's like, oh, not a problem. Let me pull this ticket or let me pull this certificate from your App Store Connect profile, and we'll sign it this way, and we'll make it. And I'm like, oh my God, this is scary. It worked. It pushed some of the TestFlight builds. Before I let it push, though, I'm like, is this going to impact my users at all? Because remember, build 119 and 120 were pretty painful during the transition from Flutter to Swift and breaking people's data. It's like, you have my assurances that I will not break your users' data. So if your data gets broken, it's Claude's fault. And now that I'm home, it's pushing. So that worked out well. It could have gone a heck of a lot worse than it did. I don't recommend that experience too much, but it is good to know that it's available. And the reason I say that, and I notice this myself, TestFlight releases have been significantly slower than they were over the weekend. I don't know if you noticed that, but they have been. For two reasons. One, I have work to do. There's that 4-letter word starting with the W that I have to do. So there's that. But two, I, instead of just pushing to TestFlight to be able to test myself to see if it works, am testing things on Wi-Fi and using wireless debugging to see if it works. So don't do what I say, children. Or non-children.
No, don't do what I do.
Yeah,
what you
that's what I said. Don't do what I do. There you go. That's what I meant.
So it's really weird because for the first time in I don't know how long, I have on closed back headphones.
Oh, it's weird, isn't it?
Yes, it is very weird.
I think I'm going to buy me a new pair of those AKGs because I miss it. I do miss it.
I mean, you still have your old pair, right?
No.
Well, what happens to those?
The right speaker came out.
Oh,
Yeah.
oh my.
Yeah. They lasted me like 5 years though.
Oh man, that's crazy. See, I've had mine like 10 years, over 10 years.
Yeah, you probably don't throw yours on concrete though too often, or
No, I
they probably
don't.
don't fall on concrete that often.
No, they don't. I didn't. Yeah, I'm still probably gonna buy me a second pair just to have in a box for 10 years from now. And it's like, oh, these finally died. Just not swap out the cable this time. Go pull those out because I love those. I'm using the Quiet Comfort Plus. You remember those?
I think I do.
Tribits.
Yes.
Yeah. So these are normally plugged into my Mac Mini in case I have to go downstairs and actually use the keyboard that's plugged into the Mac Mini to do something. But I had to pull them out because I left my headphones, my in-ear monitors. It was the cheap pairs, the Moonstone, Moon Rock, whatever. You know the ones I sent you on Amazon that one time?
Yep.
Yeah, it was those. So I left those in the computer. And I went to bed and I come in the next morning and like for some reason when I grabbed the computer and I went to stick the earbud in, like all my audio is coming out of the speakers. I'm like, what the hell is going on? Somehow, some way, the end got bent. Fortunately, it didn't break off into the computer. It just was very badly bent. And I was like, oh, they're done. It's over. Nice thing about those, though, is I only have to replace the cable. Because the earbud, like the buds are detachable from the cable. So I just got to buy a new cable. So I didn't lose the earbuds, just lost the cable.
Huh.
Which is nice. I like detachable cables. I'm more and more fond of detachable. Because first I was like, oh crap, man, I got to buy a whole nother pair of these. I don't even remember what they was called. I got to search through my Amazon purchase history. And I was like, oh, wait a minute. I'll just attach the buds and then find a cable and then we're good. All right, cool. I made a smart decision a couple of years ago and bought professional monitors. The interesting thing to me about the Claude, and I didn't realize you were doing Claude Remote when I sent you the message that said, like, man, you got to be the only person in Vegas that's sending, pushing like 10 TestFlight builds. But what is interesting about that process, though, is that you were actually getting work done on a coding project while away.
Yes.
Without being tied to the computer. Like, because I literally thought you was in the hotel room or something on the laptop.
Oh, no.
Doing all this. And I was like, man, what the hell is Mike doing?
Well, and the cool thing about it is, like, as I was saying, when I got a permissions request, I would get a notification on my watch. I don't know if you've seen this yet. So you can allow or deny from your watch, too.
No, because I don't have a watch. My watch is not functioning.
Oh.
Actually, I erased my watch because it's a 6 and I hadn't bought a new one yet. I probably should have, but then again, I shouldn't have. So I didn't. We'll see what they announce in September. I may end up trying to find a cheap Ultra 3, depending on what Apple announces in September. I'm kind of feeling that way about phones too. Like, depending on what they announce and what the features are and what the price is, I may be on a 17 Pro Max instead of a 18, whatever.
Yeah. Did you see the price of this Fold?
No, but I think people are speculating now about 2,500.
Yep.
Yeah. I mean, the Fold was probably out of the realm of me gonna buy that anyway to begin with. Factor the price in, and that really made it highly unlikely. Now with what people expect it to be, like, nah. Because I mean, even the original expected price is around $2,000. And like, I'm not spending that for a phone. Like, it will have to be some pretty cool tech.
Mm-hmm.
It would really have to accomplish something that I need. Like, oh, this folds out big enough to actually become.
Have to actually work. I don't know if I can make that joke much longer. Just saying.
Well, man, I mean, there's still stuff.
Yeah.
I mean, granted, we're still on beta. I'm gonna keep pushing that caveat because I feel like people get on the internet and post on the socials or post YouTube videos about how this didn't work or this broke or whatever. You're on a beta. So If your keyboard disappears, you're on a beta. This is your choice. Nobody made you get the beta. But I have noticed that certain types of requests are much slower, and it's like basic things like call Michael Babcock and it's going to take forever, or send a message to Michael Babcock and it's going to, bloom, 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 bloom.
Yes.
What did you want to say to Michael Babcock? It's like, this was faster 2 weeks ago. I just want you to know that, like that part. Now, if I ask a question like, why is your sand coming across the Atlantic Ocean and how's it going to affect us? Go away and think about that for a minute and then come back and give me an answer.
Or if I say to call someone who I haven't called with Siri before, I don't know if you've noticed this, but you now have to tap the call button because it's like, do you want to call blah, blah, blah with phone?
No, I haven't had to do that. I'll just say yes.
Oh, well, I have to tap call, so.
Well,
I've tried saying yes, and it just sits
Siri,
there and spins.
Your Siri does not love you as much as my Siri loves me.
Well, your Siri's still using the old voices, and mine's using the new one. See, that just tells you that the new and shiny thing isn't always the better thing.
Yeah, because your Siri stutters, apparently.
Yes. Not that stuttering is bad, but my Siri cannot complete a whole phrase.
It can't read an entire response to you at one time without chopping up. Asking is not even stuttering because that's different. It's choppiness. Kind of like,
and eventually it becomes overwhelming for it. Is kind of what it seems like, and it just stops. And I'm like, all right, we're done.
So
or if I tell it to open an app, we really shouldn't be complaining about this. But if I tell it to open an app, it'll keep listening and playing the little sound and notifying at the top. So the best way to fix that is to lock your screen and unlock it. And that goes away.
No, just swipe up.
What?
Just swipe up.
Like
you're trying to go back to the home screen? Yeah, but that'll dismiss the Siri overlay.
Oh, I'm going to have to try that because...
Yeah, that is a slight problem that I don't think is intended behavior when you tell it to open the app. Because the app will be open and I'm sitting, the first couple of times I was sitting there waiting on the app and it's like, oh, it's actually up on the screen. Like, it's done Face ID and everything. I'm already in the bank. It's like, why is Siri still here?
Yeah. Are you on 2?
I am on 2.
Okay. I feel like this came out with 2, but betas, things come and go, no judgment at all, and speaking of
I'm absolutely judging. I'm going to start a TikTok channel just so I can complain about it.
Okay, go for it. I need to find that podcast episode because I did not edit that this weekend. I'll be editing a lot this weekend.
Oh, man.
So...
Hey, I did your thing. Well, I almost did your thing. I didn't publish the show. But you know what I did?
Did you alphonic it?
Yep.
Yep.
And that's what I caught it.
Yeah, I've started to catch it too. I'm like, well, there is no way it was only 39 minutes.
That's what tripped me up. It was like, wait a minute, that is way too short. I know it was like an hour and 1 minute when I was looking at the time. And
your silent production is aggressive, but not that aggressive.
So what we're talking about is, when I'm editing, because I got this tip from Mike, and when you're editing in Reaper, you can speed up the playback so that it's playing at a faster rate, and then you just stop and edit or whatever. Yep. If you don't adjust your play rate back to 1, it renders the file at whatever speed you were listening to it. I got all the way through the alphonic, and I downloaded the file, and I was like, that don't look right.
And the worst part is the transcript usually comes out pretty damn accurate. Like,
that's the thing I didn't check is I did not do the transcript part because I used the old template from the DM series because it already had the 2 tracks that we needed.
Okay.
And just added the files that way, and then I just was like, yeah, boom, do it.
Can I complain for a minute? That UI, he really messed it up. I don't like the new UI.
It used to be, I was a little... I can kind of see what he was going for.
Yes, me too. And I do appreciate that the files upload before you hit the save and start button. I don't know if you notice that, but they are uploading once you select them.
Yeah, that was good because it starts uploading immediately. And I could kind of see what he was going for because there's so many more features there now than there used to be.
Yeah.
But it kind of threw me for a second. I was like, "Oh man, do I know how to do this?"
Yeah, and I forgot about warning you about it until like just now, because yeah, it was one of those overnight changes too.
Mhm. I was
So
like, "Man, it has really been a long time since I've been in Alphonic because like
right,
none of this look the same.
yeah,
Like, do I even know what I'm doing in here? What am I doing?" It's like, oh, there's the DM series template. I just got to drop that jingle track out of here. Okay, we got that. Hey, that is one thing I will give him though. I can remember a time when you could not delete things from,
ah,
say, a template like the DM series template that I have in my Auphonic account has my track, your track, and then it had the track for the
intro and
uh
outro that Drew
yeah,
created us.
yep. Shout out to Drew.
Yeah,
Uh and in past years with Auphonic, there was not a like the delete button wasn't accessible. With voiceover, at least on the Mac. So you would just be like, oh, mute this track or do something, or you just create a whole new session and start from scratch if you were doing something. So that, yeah, I mean, I could, like, again, there's a lot more stuff in there too. I don't know why it always wants to default to your, what is it the compression or the noise removal, including music? It's like, no, I don't have music. You don't need to account for that. But cool. Mike is remote control coding. Uh, are there any other scenarios outside of working on your app where you would recommend somebody maybe try the remote control features
yeah. If you give
versus
Claude access
versus
to your machine,
okay, I was gonna say versus just using the Claude app because like don't be silly and use remote control to just run a regular Claude prompt.
no,
Uh,
there were some times where I was telling Claude to run uptime so it could tell me how much usage I'm at, and 16 is a little high for my 12-core machine. Just saying.
I think my internet just was unstable.
What?
I said I think my internet was just unstable.
Oh, did you not hear what I said?
It cut you off at the end.
Oh.
You said 16 was.
16 is a little high for my 12-core machine.
Oh yeah, 16 cores.
Yeah.
Yeah, that seems a little excessive. Like, wait, where'd you get these extra 4 cores?
Right? No, I learned all about how Apple will or macOS will prioritize processes that are over the amount of cores that your machine has. And then I learned that I want to go buy a Mac Mini. And then I learned they're way out of my budget anymore.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, you could probably find a reasonably priced like because you're looking for you want a Mac Mini just to have like access to Claude in the terminal all the time. Like you're not trying to run local models. You probably find an M2.
Yeah. Raspberry Pi with Tailscale is actually not a bad solution, especially if you're not doing all the processing on the Pi, but like if you need Tailscale and you need it to connect to other devices, you could use the Raspberry Pi for that type of thing. Because I have Claude always running on my Raspberry Pi.
I need to set that up. I'm gonna do it on my Pi 4 because I'm still debating about opening this Pi 5 with 16 gigs of RAM. I might just
Now, what I wish is
might start an auction on eBay.
No, start it on technicallyworking.show. Set up a auction tool. So that way you only have to take out the Stripe fees and not the eBay fees.
See, that would be a great idea, except I don't think any of our listeners care to buy it. And other people aren't going to come there because they're like, I don't know what the hell this is because it's just going to take my money.
Yeah. But if you're interested in a Raspberry Pi, send your bids to feedback@technicallyworking.show.
Like, I will entertain a reasonable bid. It's a Pi 5, 16 gigs of RAM, still in the box, never been opened. Why has it never been opened, you may ask? Because I have 2 Pi 4s that when I was doing Pi stuff, I was playing with those. I was like, I don't need that 5 yet. It was an investment. I was smart. I just made a wise investment is all I did. I invested in the RAM before the RAM went up. So there's another topic I want to discuss before we wrap up. And this is going to kind of be, I'm not going to say an ongoing topic, but So this actually comes up because I am, I think I'm pretty much done packing. I got a few things to throw in the bag and then I'll be in the suitcase and then I'll be done. But packing techniques, tips, I want to kind of get into that conversation a little bit. And I said this is going to kind of be we're going to have a follow up to this because I do intend on having some discussions with other people who do. Like JJ is going to be a person I want to talk to about like his travel. Like, how do you pack for national convention, right? Because
Yep.
me, I don't care where I'm going. I still want it to be as light as possible, unless I'm going for a month. All right. Then I'll pull out the big giant suitcase. But I want to be as light as possible. I don't want to have to check any bags. Um, I just want to have what I need and get on the plane and get off the plane and all my stuff never really leaves my, vicinity.
Yeah.
But I'm curious. So for you, for example, I know shorter trips kind of how you do it because that's, I think we all would do the same thing. You got a backpack, you throw enough clothes for a couple of days in the backpack, put your laptop, your cables, all that crap in there, you go on about your business. But you're going to be, for example, at ACB for a week?
Week and
closer to like 10 days.
Yeah, it'll be, yeah. Yeah, because I fly out Wednesday and I come home Saturday.
Yeah. So what is going to be your approach, or what would be your approach as you think about it? Because it random, knowing that it's subject to change, but what would typically be your approach for packing for a trip of that length?
So typically, I'd use the Tankerall and stuff everything in it and vacuum seal as much as I could. But I think I left my pump somewhere, so I need to order a new pump for the Tankerall because I cannot find it anywhere. And I discovered that when I was packing on Saturday morning. So that was fun. We have this suitcase. It's a hard-sided suitcase that does fit in the overhead carry-on, the overhead bins. And I think I can get 8 to 10 days of clothes in that suitcase, but I'm not taking anything else. And that's where a problem might lie. Like I probably could get my laptop in there because it unfolds into two sides and you can zip each side up and it keeps all the clothes there. And so I could probably put my laptop in between those two sides and zip it all together. So that might be my solution. But I also I hesitate because I thought about, well, you could just check a bag, Michael. And I don't want to deal with luggage at 11 o'clock at night when I land in St. Louis, where I've never been before. However, the people I'm traveling with, I guarantee, are going to check bags. So is it really that bad of a thing? Like,
yes,
because you're having to pay for it.
You got to pay for it. You still got to find your bag.
Yes.
You're not necessarily sure how they're going to treat your bag in transit.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
There's a lot of factors to that. Here's the reason I shipped all my demo stuff to Austin instead of carrying it. Also, I don't like carrying heavy stuff for a long time, but that's a lot of stuff to carry. So, So now here's my question. You're thinking about the suitcase or you're thinking about the Tankerall. Why not, do you have a small, because I realize the Tankerall, because I think you have the same size I have, so you got like the really big one.
Yeah.
Why not a suitcase, like a rolling suitcase that'll fit in the overhead bin, and then a smaller backpack for your laptop and other essentials?
That could be a solution, because I always forget, so United really doesn't treat you well when it comes to carry-ons. Like with United, because I always fly the cheap one when I fly United, it's one personal item, not one carry-on and one personal item. It has to fit under the seat in front of me, and thankfully I've never had an issue. The bag fits mostly under the seat in front of you.
Yeah, I've been there with that Tankerall. It's like, it kind of fits. Yeah.
Steward, don't look at me kind of stuffing it under a little bit further when you walk by. Anyway, so there's that. And I'm flying Southwest to St. Louis and back. And I forget that Southwest is like Alaska and other airlines, where even on their cheapest ticket, you can still get a carry-on and a personal item. So I might do that, actually.
Okay. So yeah, that's the difference. So see, that's one consideration for people too. Like I'm normally flying Southwest, so I'm used to the one carry-on, one personal item. So
Yeah.
the suitcase will go in the overhead bin. And I think because of how I packed my suitcase, and it's a little small, small suitcase with four wheels, because I like the four-wheel suitcases.
Yes.
Pro tip for everybody: if you have a suitcase with wheels and it doesn't have four wheels, solve that problem as soon as you possibly can.
Yes.
I'm telling you, it will make all the difference in the world. And take it from a person who's like, screw a four-wheel bag. This one has wheels and it rolls. We're good. Nah, get a four-wheel bag. I'm telling you, get a four-wheel suitcase. It makes all the difference. But I think based off how I packed my suitcase and I'll be in Austin for let's see, I leave tomorrow, I leave Friday, and I come back on Wednesday. So that's only 5 days.
Yeah.
But based off, I always pack a couple of extra, or at least a day's worth of extra clothes just in case.
Yep.
People knock coffee cups over when you're sitting at a table having a conversation, spill a drink in your lap, and now you're like, I gotta go change my pants. Things like that happen. It hasn't happened to me.
But that time you don't pack that extra outfit.
But when I don't pack them extra pants is when I'll get gotten. And it's like, oh, okay, well, now I guess I'm, flying back in the same stuff I flew here in. Which may or may not, especially in the summertime, ain't gonna be fun. But based off the way I pack my suitcase, I think I will actually be able to take my smaller laptop bag and just throw the few things I need to throw in there with my laptop and drop it over the handle of my suitcase because it has a little pass-through on it and just roll on through.
Yep.
But I typically, like you, try to get stuff. I try to consolidate down to one bag if I can, just because it's throw the backpack on and I'm out of here. Usually that's going to be a backpack for me because it's easy to carry. I'm not going to lose it, and it leaves a hand free at least, which is another cool thing. Having the rolling suitcase, I guess I just have to deal with it. But now, do you ascribe to any of these things? Like, I know you use the tank roll, which has compression, which is cool. That's a nice feature. Having that compartment that compresses, and the tank roll has a lot of sections in it. In addition to that compression,
you could lose stuff in that. I have lost stuff in that bag.
I've lost stuff in there. I was looking for something.
I can feel it in here. I don't know how to get to it.
And that's how you end up trying to squeeze it under that seat in front of you because it kind of sort of fits, but you put just a little too much in there. And it's but so outside of compressing, when you can, I don't think I've never used any of these. I don't think you've used these, or I know you don't use them now, like the packing cubes that people buy.
Nope. We have these zipper bags that supposedly will compress a little bit that I will take one or two of them to throw my clothes in. Not that they're going to stay there, but then they're separate. Because when I get to a place, I don't unpack everything and store it in the closet or anything. I live out of my bag.
Me too.
Yeah. I live out of my bag and need a place to keep my dirty clothes. Otherwise, they're going slightly under the edge of the bed or under one of the chairs or something, so they're out of the way.
Yep. But do you do any of these packing techniques like, I roll this or I fold this in a certain type of way or anything like that when it comes to packing?
Mallory will fold my outfits together. So I have I can just pull one little pouch of clothing out of my suitcase and be ready to go. And for the most part, it'll match and I'll be good to go. And I don't know that necessarily saves space. It probably does a little bit, but it sure makes it convenient for me in the morning. So I don't have to go digging through clothes to find stuff. I just grab one pair of shorts and it's got everything folded into it. So.
All right, cool. That is a technique that I don't think I've ever done that. Huh. Okay. I don't like doing any rolling. I've tried that before. Like, the only thing I feel like that works to roll up is like underwear. Because pants, it just feels like it makes them bigger and it makes it take up more space. It's like, I don't understand why people are doing this thing because it doesn't seem to work.
Right.
I've never used packing cubes, like I said. I have used some of those bags you're talking about, like the little plastic bags that like you can squeeze. You have to kind of, press on it, lean on it,
Yeah.
sit on it, and squeeze all the air out. I've packed those before. Now, other stuff that you carry, typically for me, like, of course, you got to have a laptop. I got to find another pair of earbuds because, well, actually, we're not recording while I'm in Austin, but I don't know. There may be a chance to do a podcast. I should have headphones. Um, but generally, for me, packing wise, there's my laptop. There's, of course, going to be cables, galore. I travel with a folding keyboard in case I need it. And I think that might be usually a power bank. Man, there was a deal on an Anchor 25,000 milliamp laptop power bank, and I had it in my Amazon cart. And I was like, I'll come back because there's also other stuff I need to buy. And we know how this story ends. I forgot about it, and then when I went back, it was back up to full price, and I was like, no, I ain't paying that. I ain't paying the 120, man. I mean, I would have paid the 60 or whatever it was, but like 120, I don't think I needed that much. But usually I try to have some cable, extra cables, mostly USB-C stuff, a set of headphones. I think I have a wireless charger in my bag at the moment. And that's about it. I don't go super heavy on tech. Like, I'm going to take the H5 Studio with me, which means I'm probably also going to throw this microphone that I'm using in that bag also. That is kind of, I don't say always, but if I know I'm going to have to record with you for sure, I'll have, some type of audio interface device and the Beta 87A to go in the bag. But that's about it for me tech-wise. Like, I'm not traveling with a webcam or any of that sort of stuff. Oh, the boom arm. The boom arm is now part of the travel rig.
Okay.
It's got to have a boom arm, man. I'm using
You're not
this
just going
boom
to
arm. Is so
handle
cool.
it?
Nope. Don't like
Nope.
holding microphones. Because then you get this. And then you're switching hands because like you get tired of holding it. And then you switch back and then you're like, oh, wait, I got to scratch my nose. So I got to switch hands.
Oh, I have so many Google accounts, man. So many Google accounts.
Yeah, I'm about to end up with another one. And I really, really, despite me saying I was going to do it months ago, I really have been trying to avoid opening another Google Workspace account, but I'm going to have to do it.
Yeah.
So I should just suck it up and do it. But man, you ever look at the list, like, especially if you sign into Gmail or something like that on the phone, and then you tap on that account thing, you're like, whoa. Like,
yep. And what is that Gmail account for?
It's like, wait, what?
That's not my Gmail. I was hoping someone was something, but that does not look right.
Oh man, for the longest time, I had that one account that we had to use for Bard. It's still signed in somewhere. Like, I was like, what the heck? Oh, yeah. I should sign out of that. How do I sign out of that? I don't know. You know what? I need to switch to this account right now. I'm going to go do that. And then see, like you, I also have Google accounts that are not Gmail accounts, but like I created a Google account with a different email address. So I had, Google features like the account that I have set up for Google Family, whatever it's called. It's not a Gmail account. It's just a Google account, right? So I'm usually signed into that account somewhere because that's how I invited the kids and gave them access to YouTube Premium. Jeez, YouTube Premium for families is $30 a month now.
Wow. Oh, wow.
I am seriously like, I'm not going to do anything about it because I don't want to make any irrational decisions. But at some point between Austin and St. Louis, I am going to really evaluate how much I'm paying for stuff. Here's the problem I have, and this is strictly a Damashe problem, right? This is not a, everybody's going to agree with me problem because I know what most people will say. So I pay for YouTube Premium for families, which I sometimes use. I watch YouTube videos, not a whole lot. Again, my theory of a couple of years ago came true, which is the kids watch it. Tia uses it. I barely am in YouTube unless I'm specifically looking for something. There's Disney Plus, the Disney Plus Hulu bundle. here's my problem when it comes to stuff like Disney Plus. I don't actually pay for Netflix, but here's my issue with streaming services like Netflix or Disney Plus. The ones where you can pay for this tier and there's ads, or you can pay for this tier and there's no ads. I don't like ads. And generally I'm not the one even watching this stuff, so I could pay for the ad tier, but there's something to me that is offensive about me giving you money and you still monetizing me with ads. I feel like there should be one or the other. Except I can't do anything about Apple because they control the entire walled garden. So if they want to show me an ad for, something, they're just going to shove it. But I don't, and then it's not as cheap. Like if it was $5 for Netflix or $5 for Disney Plus and they were going to show me ads, okay. No, you want like $13 and you want to show me ads. Like I'm offended by that.
So I was trying to figure out what some charges were on a card from Amazon, and it literally just says Amazon and, just random numbers and stuff. So I reached out to their support, and I bet it was probably an AI, and it asked for my, what did it ask for? The dollar amount and the last 4 digits of the card. I'm like, well, that's interesting. And so I gave it the dollar amounts and the last 4 digits of the cards, and it's like, oh, this one's for Prime, no ads, and this one's for this. And I'm like, we got to stop this. $5 a month for no ads on Prime. And I don't watch Prime.
Who watches Prime?
I don't know. That's the worst part, is did Prime do something with football, do you know? But I bet that wouldn't have gotten ads out of the football.
They had, I want to say the Thursday night games for NFL. And they may have had a couple of other games throughout the season, but I'm pretty sure they have the Thursday night games.
So that could have been where we picked that up then. But yeah,
it gets crazy, and like you end up with these services like Prime, which granted, I never asked for Prime TV or Prime Video to be included. I just wanted Prime for the free 2-day shipping. Like that's really all I ever have cared about. They kept increasing the price. And what offends me about Amazon specifically is like they kept increasing the price because they kept adding stuff to Prime. Like,
that I didn't
Amazon
want.
Music. I didn't ask for any of this.
Yeah.
Like you could have made this an add-on that I could upgrade to, kind of like the Apple One, the Apple, bundles or whatever. But I didn't want, but you kept going up on the price, kept going up. Now you've reached to, what is it, like $130 a year, $140 a year or something?
I don't even know, man. I'm paying monthly right now. I know I'm paying more than I need to pay, but we switched to monthly, and frankly, I don't know if we're going to keep it. We're not getting 2-day shipping.
Oh, that's what really made me so mad when I first moved to Alabama. It was like I was paying for Prime, and like the fastest I ever got a product was like maybe 3 days, and usually it was 4 or 5.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, and not only that, but we ordered something on Tuesday, right? On our way home, we ordered it. It was supposed to be here Thursday. Great. I get the notification yesterday from Parcel. It's not going to be here till Tuesday.
Yeah. See, you know what? If they would have got me that Anchor power bank today when I was looking at it Monday, they probably would have sold it to me.
Yeah.
But it's like, oh, it'll arrive next Monday. I'm like, I'm not going to freaking be here. Yeah, that's the problem. But my big issue with them was like, yeah, they kept raising the price because they were adding all this stuff. Because what is it, like 13, 14, $15 a month?
Yep.
Monthly?
Yep.
Yeah. So like you're adding all this stuff to increase the price. And it's like, okay, fine. Whatever. I don't care. I just want the free shipping and the 2-day shipping. And then now it's like, oh, well, we kept raising the price on you because we added more value and more value. Well, guess what? Now we're going to put ads in Prime Video unless you pay us $5. It's like, I don't watch Prime Video, so I don't care. But if I did watch stuff on Prime Video, I would be like, I probably would rage quit Prime if that were to have happened to me. Now, admittedly, I'm going to tell people right now, honestly, I probably would have went back and paid for Prime again because you know what? Shipping gets expensive.
Yep. Sure does.
Especially if you order like a $10 cable because you need to replace your headphone cable, and that's all you ordered. Like the shipping's going to cost about as much
on top of that for shipping. Yeah, yeah.
So I'll take that, but I think that is the issue for me with a lot of this is the continuing price increases, because from your perspective as the company, you're adding value, but you're adding things people don't want. And Prime is the perfect example of that to me. Apple, on the other hand, like Apple is just irritating. Like, I don't see all the stuff, but I have seen it because I think I set up a phone with a different Apple ID one day. I was like, man, how do people use their phones with, you should try Apple Music. Apple TV Plus has great shows. News Plus is amazing. And get healthy with, whatever. Like, they're not saying these exact things, but like, they're just constantly, popping up little parts. Like, geez, how do people get to use their phone if they're not paying for the Apple One bundle and you're constantly getting badges? And it's super irritating with Apple because they'll put a badge on your settings app. And you're like, oh, there's a thing in settings. Oh, they just want me to check out, events or whatever that calendar thing is they made, or they're trying to sell me Apple Music or whatever. Like that is annoying. Speaking of a badge on settings, though, are you constantly getting this notification that you need to reset up Siri? Like
No.
you're not seeing that?
No.
Okay, so that is a thing that I have where, like, I will go open it and it says you need to, retrain. Basically, it's kind of like retrain Hey Siri. And I'll hit continue, and then it drops me in the Siri settings. It's like, there's nothing. Ain't nothing happened there. It's like, okay, so what are we doing?
It's
And then the
beta.
badge goes away, and then it's back a couple of days later. Like, it's on my phone right now.
Have you asked Siri?
No, I didn't actually. I asked Siri how to do something one day. Like, I don't know. It's better. It needs to speed up a bit, but it's definitely better.
So let's wrap it up with this comment. I want to thank Chad for listening. Really appreciate him. And I replied to that other email, just so you know, Damashe, that was sent while I was in Vegas. And I sent over my agent files. So I don't know if you saw that prompt that was sent to us, but we didn't get his permission we got his permission to share the prompt, but not use his name. But he sent over a prompt he uses for Claude in Chrome and asked for my loop feedback, or not loop feedback, but loop workflow that I shared about last week with the different agents. Chad said, if you happen to use this on the show, feel free to use my name. I'm really enjoying Technically Working. Thank you both for sharing your knowledge and experience with the blind community. I'm getting ready to purchase a new Windows laptop, and I plan to keep it for the next 5 to 7 years. I'm trying to gather as many informed opinions as I can before making the investment. And then he told us he sent the same question to DoubleTap. So you're probably going to get a better answer from DoubleTap, honestly, but I'm going to give you a couple of suggestions here. His question was, if you're starting from scratch today and spending your own money, what Windows laptop would you buy and why? And then he says, would you choose AMD or Intel? I would choose neither. Are there any brands or models you would recommend or avoid? What specifications are worth paying for if you want a laptop that still feels fast and relevant 5 to 7 years from now? And where can people save money? Are there any specifications people tend to overspend on? And are there any that you would never regret paying extra for? There's a lot here, but
There's
here's
a lot
the
here.
big...
So let's...
Well, I was going to say, here's the big line that makes a huge difference for me. I also want to be ready for the growing use of local AI features and possibly build a beginner app. Right there tells me it has to be a Copilot PC or a branded Copilot PC. What are your thoughts?
Well, I would say you want to get at least 16 gigs around, because that
Yes.
seems to be the base for Microsoft. Microsoft itself at this moment doesn't seem to be quite super clear on what Copilot PCs are and are not. There's even some talk that they may be sliding away from using that specific branding, which is silly because it does, if they would, but it's Microsoft being Microsoft. If I had to make the choice between... actually, I'm going to say this because I'm going to go with Michael's original answer, which is neither. I would actually look at any, and I don't know off the top of my head because I'm not gonna. I don't remember who made these laptops, but I think right now there are very few, if one, maybe one or two companies that are actually selling these at the moment. But I would go for the ARM based,
Yep.
honestly. Uh the chip, I want to say you don't want the base one. I think there's one that's like a plus or a pro. I would go for that model of chip, and it's either Lenovo or what's it's not Dell.
Is it the
What's the
Snapdragon or
Yes, the Snapdragon chip
X
that you
series?
want. Snapdragon series processor that you want. I would actually go for that for a couple of reasons. Now, to answer your explicit question, if I had to make a choice today between just Intel or AMD based off, where I could spend my money and what was going to be affordable, I would lean AMD over Intel personally. But spending my own money and I'm buying a computer today, I'm going for a Snapdragon
Yep.
processor for sure. Um,
That's going to give you that on-device AI in most cases. But
yes,
more importantly, it's going to give you longer battery life while your machine
absolutely.
stays cooler, which means it doesn't have to be super bulky with a huge fan inside of it.
Absolutely. All of those things Mike just said. I would look for at least 16 gigs of RAM because that seems to be the minimum for running on-device stuff. Microsoft is doing things where they are they're working very hard internally on building a lot of different local small language models to run locally on your computer. So I don't necessarily foresee you having a specific issue with that. To be honest, to get into any local model that I'm familiar with that is going to be more along the lines of something like a frontier type model like a Chat GPT or a Claude, like none of us can afford that computer at this point. Because you need 128 gigs of RAM. But for something like what I think Chad is actually looking for and talking about, to be able to do some stuff locally, similar to what Apple's doing with their laptops, Snapdragon PC with 16 gigs of RAM minimum. I would stretch that to 24 or 32 if you could afford it. Just because over the next 5 to 7 years is where you're trying to amortize this at. 32 gigs in 5 years, 6 years is going to feel a whole lot better than 16. One possible thing, well, no, you can't do that with the Snapdragons though. I was going to say one thing is with Windows, you could actually swap RAM out, but you can't do it with the Snapdragons because they're built like the Apple chips. Wait, what happened to my email? I was looking at it.
What? Oh, the email from Chad?
Yeah.
I deleted it.
Oh, crap. That's why it disappeared.
I replied to him and then deleted it.
Looking at it like, wait, what happened to my window, dude? Like, what is going on?
That's interesting that it took it away from you right away, though. Like, it didn't cache it or anything.
Nope. It's
like
gone.
You're done.
It's out of here. It's out of here. So me and Mike have this shared mailbox for the technically working feedback address. And it's essentially like both of us is essentially like you having two different devices where you're signed into the same email account. So as soon as he deleted that message, it was gone. Like it was out of here. Like I'm back in the message window, like, wait, what happened? Then I don't even see the bell. I was like, what did I do? I didn't press anything. Now to maybe give some more, and also I think, Microsoft is really pushing hard on the Snapdragons and on moving Windows to ARM. Most stuff at this point runs there, and I say most because there's probably always some edge cases of things nobody, I don't know about or don't think about, or don't use or wouldn't use. But generally, everything that you're going to use on a day-to-day basis is going to run on the ARM PCs fairly well. Paul the Rot is super impressed with him, and he seems really pleased by the fact that when he opens the lid, the computer comes on. Given my experience with a Windows computer, I can understand why he feels that way. 16 gigs of RAM. Try to get it up to 24, 32 if you could afford it. Storage is one of those things you have to kind of, for me, like right now, I'm on 512 gigs on this MacBook Air. I don't think I'm pushing up against the limits, but it's because I've been careful about what I put on here, and I've been very
strategic.
Yeah, strategic or ruthless about deleting crap I don't need. Like I would say probably every month or so, every month to 6 weeks, I'm in my audio hijack folder deleting stuff because like, oh, we published that show 3 weeks ago. I don't need that recording. Now, on a 2 terabyte drive, it will probably just still be sitting there because what if we need it one day for something randomly that I can't even think of why we would need it and we already have published the show, but it would just be sitting there. So I would say minimum storage that I would be comfortable with would be 512. I feel like 256 with the OS and other software that you install, you're gonna very quickly be halfway through that before you realize it. So 512 terabyte if you could afford it. Because I know Chad is also asking and giving price hikes here and what could be coming, I'm gonna run down similar-ish type specs. Again, I think everything we've come to is kind of like where you want to be at as far as resources.
Yeah.
If you have to go Intel or AMD because one of those is cheaper, my experience is that AMD computers seem to be a little cheaper than Intel a lot of the times. I feel from just my third-hand knowledge, and this is strictly third-hand knowledge because it's not even me knowing somebody that has an AMD computer. I think maybe JJ just picked up one or he had one. But mostly, reading and hearing other people talk about their experience with AMD versus Intel. AMD seems to be kind of killing it right now. Intel's kind of getting their feet up under them a bit. I think battery life may be slightly better on AMD right now, but that changes. But honestly, Snapdragon is the way to go. I mean, get on ARM if you can. There probably will be some deals to be found potentially on last year's Snapdragon versus the one that just came out. Brands that I personally like in the Windows space, hands down, I like Lenovo. I feel like Lenovo makes consistently good laptops across the board. My favorite personally being the Carbon X1, just because it looks nice. Not necessarily saying you should buy that one specifically, but Lenovo also makes the ThinkPads. So those are nice. Lenovo has always made consistently decent computers over the years. Dell apparently is back. I've never been a Dell fan personally. I don't know. I mean, I'm not a Windows laptop person. So honestly, Lenovo is kind of all I've got to say about that.
Lenovo. And if this is a laptop specifically, go to a store and put your hands on it because there's nothing worse than buying a computer that you really like the specs, but you absolutely hate the keyboard. Yes, there are alternatives. You can use an external keyboard. But for me, I want to put my hands on a laptop and or listen to it. Now, if I'm ordering a Mac, I generally know what I'm getting for the most part, unless it's butterfly keyboard season.
But that's over.
Yeah, that's over, and we won't have to deal with that again. But I generally know what I'm getting from a Mac, so I don't need to put my hands on it. But if it's a Windows machine, I would prefer to put my hands on the keyboard and listen to the speakers and see where all the ports are and stuff.
Or at least make sure if you can't do that, that you have a good return policy. Like you have a no questions asked 30-day, return policy. So that if you do get it and decide like, oh, the specs are great, the computer, runs nice, but I really hate the way this keyboard feels, or it's too scrunched up, or, I really need the number pad, you can send it back.
Yep. So, hope that helps a little bit.
One sec, because I want to actually see if Lenovo, because I will tell you the exact computer I will buy. Wait, that's not how you get there. How do you spell Lenovo?
I have no clue. Type in X1 Carbon and you'll find it.
You reviewed a laptop, man.
I know. I have a Lenovo sitting right next to me. It's my work laptop.
Oh, they have a ThinkPad T6 Snapdragon. Without knowing anything else about it other than that it's Lenovo and it's Snapdragon, like I would look at that one first. X Elite. So that's a super high end. You may want to kind of go to the one up under that one, but I think all in all. One other tip I'll give you, Chad, too, because you like I said, you're possibly going to get a slightly better answer. I'm going to have to agree with Mike, just because both of those guys are more full-time Windows users than either of us. and they're buying computers more than we are.
Yeah.
But do a search of what is Paul Thurrott site, because he's reviewed a ton of laptops over the past couple of years, both Snapdragon and AMD and Intel, so all three of those. Thurrott.com, so THURROTT.com. I would search there just for just to take a look at some of his laptop reviews, as far as how they perform spec wise, etc. Just if you're looking just to kind of get an idea where you may want to spend your money, or which particular path you want to research further as you're getting ready to buy a computer.
And the last part of his question was software, and I'm not the best one to answer that question either. Not copping out, but for me, I install what I need. And if I reset a Windows machine right now for what I need, it's going to be install Builder. You don't need Builder. It's going to be install JAWS. Sounds like you're a JAWS user. Probably Lisi, and then Zoom. And those are what I install. And
what about
Office for now.
Yeah. So you got to pay for Office or something, I think.
Yeah. Yeah.
But yeah, well, I mean, it kind of comes I don't think, and I kind of think Chad's question was more we tell people oh, when you're setting up a Mac, you definitely got to get LaunchBar. Right? Yeah. He's looking for that type of app. I absolutely can't help you. NVDA, but that's because I don't have a JAWS license. Trying to think, is there any other tool?
There's a podcast out there, and I don't know how relevant it is anymore, but Jeff came on with us and talked about setting up a Windows machine. Do you remember that?
Yep.
Yeah. So I don't know that I'll find it, but go search archives of podcast content. Either the technically working feed or unmute feed. I don't remember which feed it was in.
I was technically working.
Yeah.
We had Jeff and Sean on.
Sean. Yep. And that might give you something to start with. Things have obviously changed. Like Quill wasn't in existence then. So Quill might be worth exploring, installing. I have not played with it that much, and I need to. I'm waiting for development to slow down, which is ironic from the person who released 8 builds when he was in Vegas. But, I'm also happy with drafts right now. Happy-ish. Drafts seems to be getting a little... I don't know how to explain it. It's much now, but we are coming up on 120, so we should probably wrap it up.
All right. If you're going to be in Austin, or if you're at the NFB National Convention in Austin, the date of this show publishes will be Monday. Yep. So I'll be there for 2 more days. Reach out on Mastodon or send an email to feedback@technicallyworking.show. Might grab a cup of coffee or something along those lines down there. Or if you got some barbecue restaurant recommendations. And I'm still looking for a St. Louis barbecue restaurant joint with beef ribs specifically, because I want some beef ribs and I'm not going to have a chance to cook any before I go to St. Louis. So I figure, hey, St. Louis barbecue. It should be a thing.
Listener in that area, that I know we have a listener in that area who lives a couple of hours away, because we've communicated with you on multiple platforms, send us a recommendation for a restaurant so we can check it out.
Yeah, and me and Mike will be hanging out in St. Louis, so if you're going to be at ACB or if you're in the area, can get to St. Louis, we will be there. I think me and Mike both will be there the 24th through the 29th. Mike's going to be there a little bit longer than that, but I'll be there from the 24th to the 29th, I think.
Yep. So, yeah, reach out. We'd love to connect.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, I think that's it. Oh, Whisper Flow.
Oh, I mentioned it. I don't use it. I'm using FlickType. No, is that right? FlowType. FlowType, yes.
I have not used Whisper Flow. I think it came up because we may have been discussing because that's the dictation kind of keyboard thing, right? Yeah. Okay. So I have not used that. I briefly tinkered with it, still on my phone, but I haven't actually used it. Just a Whisper transcription app on iOS. I actually use Whisper, what is it called? Mac Whisper on the Mac, but say give it a look if it's free. or if there's a free trial. I don't do a ton of dictating to my phone, just mostly because I'm not in good environments to dictate where it picks up my words right. I accidentally cursed out JJ one time and didn't realize it. Well, I didn't actually curse him out. Well, like there was a curse word that got in there that I didn't say and that shouldn't have been there. And I think it gave him a slightly wrong impression about my response to a thing. And this happened a long time ago, but I just remembered that because I found it weird. And then JJ put a curse word in his text message. I was like, wait, man, what? And then I saw my message. I was like, oh, I should have read that before I sent it. Because ain't what what it's supposed to be like that, man. Let's peace. We're gonna rewind.
We're good.
Yeah, no problems. Nobody's upset. It's okay. Everything's good. Yeah, give Whisper Flow a try, and if you do give it a try, let us know what you think about it.
It's pretty darn good. I like it.
Flow type is good, but this has been like it's rare that I switch back to the standard keyboard on iOS at this point, and Flow type is still in beta. The link to it is in last week's 169 show notes to get on the TestFlight for Flow type. But yeah, we want to thank everybody for listening. Listen, we appreciate the feedback. I'm going to look at this email. I did see this email about the models, so I'm going to look at that email and check that out.
I did not delete that one because I figured you might have wanted to not that you don't want to read others, but that one has some things you might implement and use.
Well, I mean, I read Chad's email. I just wanted to be able to refer back to it because it was a lot. But Chad, also feel free to follow up, man, if you have more questions or you want us to
or tell us what you get.
Yeah, definitely tell us what you get. Like when you do get it. Hunt for deals is all I'm going to say too. Like there are deals to be had, and I'll point this out for people, especially for people looking at Apple gear. If you wanted something, you're thinking about buying something. Apple's prices have gone up, but not so much with, at least the last time I looked, Amazon and Best Buy, because they already have that stock that they pay for. So they're still or were still moving stuff at the regular price, or in case of Amazon, slightly discounted from Apple's original prices before the increases. That may also be the case for some Windows laptops. So it's worth kind of shopping around as well before you just make a decision on where you're going to buy from once you pick. But yeah, man, let us know what you pick out. Whisper Flow, if you check that out, listener, let us know how you get on with that. I have heard people say good things about it, but I haven't personally used it. I don't do that much dictation. We want to thank everybody for listening. We absolutely appreciate all the feedback, so keep it coming in. You can send that to feedback@technicallyworking.show. You can follow us on Mastodon. He's Payon, Payon, at dragonscave.space. I'm Damashe, Damashe, at technically.social. And you can follow our bot, TW, at technically.social. Hashtag technically working on Mastodon, just to bring us into the conversation or reference the show. And we appreciate it. We find it amazing if you capitalize that T and the W and that hashtag for us. Other than that, thanks to our tip jar supporters, like always. This has been Technically Working episode number
170. Did you forget that line? Were you not sure where to go with that?
No,
okay.
I was about to say something else, and I was like, I don't know exactly what I was going to say, so let me just wrap it up.
So make sure to tell someone about Technically Working in the elevator loudly at the NFB conference, because people need to listen.
They absolutely should be listening.
All right.
Or yell across the bar, wait a minute, let me pause Technically Working so I can hear you.